Hi, everyone. This is Jessica with Whispers of Grace Healing. I am here to do the mini readings. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. We are so glad to have you here. If you're my vibe tribe, you know I love you something serious. I'm going to share this to my Facebook real quick and wait for a few more people to join in before I go over the whole spiel of how this is going to work. We already have Christina G on the board, so I'm sure we will get some more people in here. I know there's going to be some good messages coming out tonight, y'all, because they had me pull out all the decks. Hey, Danny. Yeah. I'm sure. Listen, there's just been so many messages, and it was so funny because I've been crazy busy today getting this house ready for the open house on Saturday. And so I really wanted to get on and do a video today. And like my whole day just got away from me and I couldn't. I was like, I'd rather get on and save my energy for the mini reads tonight, and I'll just figure out everything else later. Hey, Diana, how are you? But yeah, like, and so as I was sitting there taking a shower, I had a Danny moment, and my guides start talking to me, and it's like, and Danny and I have been talking about this whole Mercury retrograde. The more sensitive you become, y'all, we can feel and sense the Mercury retrograde coming way before it even hits. And it does go retrograde on October 31st on Halloween. Imagine that. But what they're wanting us to understand is, since it's Libra season, right, and we're cleaning up all these hey, Curtis, how are you? It was good. I feel very accomplished. Very accomplished. I cleaned the entire house from top to bottom, and I mean, we are good to go, my friends. So send a bunch of blessings and prayers our way that we will sell this house this weekend and hopefully make an offer on one as well. There are a lot of big things changing. So, but yeah, guys, our guides are trying to help us clean up a lot of the relationships in our life, like whether it be with our family, with our friends, with our romantic partners, even with self. All these things around relationships and all these triggers. And listen, a lot of the feminines are also feeling very sluggish, very tired, very scattered. We're definitely going through a huge purge, and it's due to the full moon in Aries. So we have a lot of these astrological alignments that are affecting us in different ways. The masculine might not be feeling it so much, but the feminine definitely is. But the thing with that is, I feel that all of us are going through these periods that are like trying to get us to come to this realization of what actually needs to change within our relationships to make it more harmonious before Mercury retrograde gets here. If you don't know what Mercury retrograde is, buckle up, my dear, because you are in for one hell of a ride. Mercury retrograde has always been, even before I knew what Mercury retrograde was, it was always the one astrological alignment that turned my life upside down. It felt like everything came to a standstill. Everything was chaotic. Everyone was in a bad mood. And it's just so much reflection. Anything you do not release before Mercury retrograde hits, you're going to feel like you were trudging through sludge trying to get through it afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing that reflect. The tears have been something serious, and I've never been a good crier. I'm definitely more in my masculine energy when it comes to my emotions, but I'm learning to embrace more of the feminine, guys. I'm learning to get more in touch and feel through every little thing, and I have to in order to help y'all deal with this stuff. And I use the same tools. Y'all know how I like to dig around for information with y'all. I do the same thing for myself. So It definitely is good to all the tools that we learn, right? We need to be putting those out because they're coming up for us to address, right? Like we're not just here to play with tarot, become better and more harmonious in your life, and you want to see the brighter side of things. That is why you were drawn to my channel. Even if you were going through a really hard time, you are not alone, my friends. We are all in the same boat, and there's a very great support system. So especially if you are new, do not be shy in the chat, because my tribe's amazing and they will love on you, something serious. So even if I don't see your comment, they will. Okay. I will also say that before I go off and share this to my Facebook page, I noticed that someone did donate quite a bit of money to my PayPal, which super grateful, so much love, but there is no note attached to it and no reading, like their email for it either. So I'm not really sure if that was exactly just a donation or you're wanting a reading, but I'm pretty sure you know who you are if you happen to see this. And just to let y'all know, if you do donate to my channel, so much love, so much gratitude going to you. Just please leave me a note and let me know that it's for a donation. And if it is for a reading or for one of the minis, please leave that in the note section as well, or email me, okay? Hi, spiritual guidance. How are you? I don't think I've seen you in here before, so welcome. We're so glad to have you here. But yeah, guys, if y'all donate and I don't know like what it's for, then I'm just going to assume that it's a donation, and I really don't want to leave anyone out for a session, especially that kind of money. If you need me, I'm absolutely here. So please, if you know who you are, then please make sure you get up with me if you want a session. I would be more than happy to help you. If not, thank you. I love you so much. All right, so let me go ahead and share this. Y'all make sure that y'all like and share so we can get the word out. Is Christina G in here yet? If she is not, then I will go ahead and start on a collective message, and we'll go from there until Christina G gets in here. I might have to email her. Girl, we all releasing. Like, we have to. It's getting real. And listen, a lot of people have been picking up that major shifts are about to happen in 2020, and they're trying to prepare us, okay? So we have to go through that process of like really going through these significant changes for us to be able to step into that new life next year. And that's what they're trying to prepare us for, all the abundance coming in, and we got to clear up all our karmic debt before we go moving on to all the blessings they have ready for us. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? Let me just go ahead and text Christina real quick. Oh, she already texted me. Okay. She's already on it. She said she is driving home and she will hop in here later. Okay. All right. So now that we have some people in here, if you do not know who I am Jessica. I am the owner and founder of Whispers of Grace Healing. I do a lot of different things. I don't just do tarot. I am also a medium. I do Reiki. I am a shamanic Reiki practitioner. I also do regression work. I have a lot of fun little tricks, trades that I do in order to help the healing process. So if anyone is interested in those kind of sessions in order to help you through the release, all of that information is down below in the description box. Thank you to everyone who is joining in with us tonight, whether you are new or my Vibe Tribe. Much love and many blessings to you all. How this all works, okay? So, first off, you're here. That's all it takes, right? Just got to be out in the receiving mode. Next is the $20 minimum love donation, okay? If you would like to get on the list, because there is a list, there's a donation link down below, or Danny is posting in the comments, okay? And once I receive your payment, then I will put your name on a list according to who comes in, okay? And once I call your name, please have your question like copy and paste so we can make the process a little bit easier. Hey, Robert. Hi, Allison. But just to let you know that I need to receive your payment through PayPal before your name goes on the list. But otherwise, if you just want to join in for the conversation, because there's always great messages that come out for everyone that can possibly benefit. And even if you don't need a mini reading, but just want to hang out and get to know everyone, you are more than welcome to do that as well. So do not be shy, my friends, okay? So we have a few more people. Robert is on the board. Okay. All right, Robert, you are number 2, my friend. So what I'm going to do, just because I feel really compelled, and I know Christina G is driving, yes, absolutely, Curtis. There's a lot that's coming out. Things that we have been trying to process or find the answer to, or needing closure, needing some sort of awareness, right? We're looking for details. A lot of these are coming up, and it's usually through those moments, especially if you're normally a very busy person, it's in those moments of stillness. So create stillness for yourself, even if it's just like earlier, being in the shower and being open to receiving, or through meditation, going on a walk, whatever the case may be. Find that time for stillness, okay? Because that's when you're going to receive your most accurate messages, okay? All right, Cynthia, I got you on the board. And I am going to pull just a collective message to get us started. Awesome. Awesome. Got Chantel Easley. All right. So let's just see what's going on in the collective energy first. And then, yep. Okay. So we have the Ace of Swords. You know what? Before I do that, let's open up the gates. Let's open up the gates, y'all. Okay. Dear Spirit of Love and Light, my divine angels, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, spirit guides, my higher self, and all my divine beings, I call upon you now. I ask that you please open the gates to the divine to share your wisdom with us today. I ask that anyone who needs your accuracy and your wisdom to come forth and to be open to receiving your messages today. Allow me to be a clear channel and paint a perfect picture for all those to see. I ask that I do have a white light surrounding me at all times to keep lower vibrations from interfering with my energy. I also ask that you shine your divine rainbow warrior light around me and all my beautiful friends to create a sacred space for us to receive your messages today. Allow me to be a clear channel and a clear voice for your messages tonight. allowing me to absorb your light and your wisdom so that your messages may flow naturally through me. Thank you for all of your love and your support and all the blessings that you share with me and my friends, and allowing us to see the true nature and divine beauty that is within you and us always. Thank you. All right. Hey, Rebecca. Yes. Don't forget to like and share, y'all. Good. All right. So we do have the Ace of Swords already on the board. Okay. So this definitely talks about the messages that are coming from the divine. Okay. So this is actually from the After Tarot by, well, I cannot pronounce those names, but this is what it looks like. And I am absolutely in love and finally getting used to this deck. So listen, when it comes to the Ace of Sword and the hand that is coming from this cloud, this is actually the Magician's hand, okay? So this is you manifesting. You want answers from Spirit. You want clarity from Spirit about whatever changes that are coming into your life. And this is exactly what Curtis and I were just talking about, okay? The things that we are not aware of, the things that we might not have a clear picture on, we are asking or need to ask Spirit for clear and accurate guidance for the truth, right? The spiritual truth, the soul's truth, our individual truth. Regardless of what anyone in this society thinks, it is up to us to discern what is right and what is wrong. It is part of having a healthy ego, okay? But it's also about listening to our intuition and deciding based off of our gut instinct and what our healthy ego tells us is the right next step for us, okay? And it's saying you are manifesting by asking, by being clear, for clear and accurate guidance, okay? We have the Star, right? You want the stars to align for you. You want this healing to take place, okay? And this also tells you, like, being aware of what you are pouring into yourself and what you're pouring out into this world. But remember, you are in the pool of life. When you are in alignment and you are constantly making sure that you are connecting to source and asking for the guidance that you need, you will have all of this. You will have the necessary resources and the energy to nourish yourself in order to help nourish this world, okay? Four of Cups. There could be some opportunities. We do have the Knight of Cups here on the bottom, okay? So there could be some offers that you are turning down. And this is part of having the healthy ego, listening to your intuition, knowing which opportunities are most beneficial for you. But it's also with the Four of Cups, don't let your past, right? Past circumstances, to dictate how your future decisions are being made, okay? And again, what energy are you pouring out into this world, okay? You go from pouring into self and nourishing the energies around you, right, to taking the opportunity that Spirit has handed for you to say, I don't know if that one's good enough. I'm just going to pour that one right out, okay? But you don't look very happy about this. With the Knight of Cups, it could be just not focusing right now on giving too much attention to anyone outside of self because you know that you need this nourishment. Maybe this is what you need to ask. What does my soul need right now for the highest form of nourishment in order for me to be in alignment? What offers, what, experiences do I need to let go of that are not serving the mission that I am on, right? Why is this Four of Cups here? Knight of Swords. Listen, if someone don't come up in your life, right, and this could be, any experience, right? There's so many that are just popping up to me right now. This is where we need to take the path of least resistance. No matter what opportunity comes up, if spirit brings it to us and there is just a ton of fucking resistance, we have to be able to say, even though I know that I was aligned with this experience or this situation, if it is creating too much resistance and I have to bend over backwards in order for it to work, and yet it still doesn't feel right, is it necessarily working out in your favor? Right? There's a difference between putting in effort, like inspired action, but when no matter what you do, you keep hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. This is them telling you need to accept the situation for what it is, take a step back, ask for what you need, nourish yourself, and understand that if anyone comes in trying to attack you, or you feel like you have to defend yourself, or you're trying to defend the fact that you didn't want to take this opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is up to you. You need to own that. If it's your decision, nobody else's. Okay? So if you make a decision, you have to be okay with that no matter what. That's just what it is. Okay? Let's pull out Oracle of the Angels. All right, guys. So what's the lesson in all of this? And don't be so hasty in making a decision either. Like, if you need to meditate on it. But trust your intuition. If it don't feel right, it don't feel right. You don't need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and asking for, all right, Spirit, you have given me, all these signs of why this isn't working, but I need one more clarification just to be sure. No. Like, listen, if it doesn't work, move on to a new opportunity, because this is a blessing in disguise. Any opportunity that presents itself to you where you feel like you are meeting resistance after resistance after resistance, and no matter what you do to keep in alignment and these opportunities aren't working out for you, it is a blessing in disguise. Okay? So just understand that, because that is what's happening. Obviously, someone needs to hear it in order to step into their Empress mode. Okay? So new beginnings are on their way, my friend. All right. So let's see who's in here. Miss Joe, how you doing, honey? Hey, crazy cat lady. Anybody else that I missed? Christina G's in the house. All right, Christina G, you were up first, my dear. So please, hi, Allison. Please go ahead and post your question, Christina. And hey, Christian, how are you doing, honey? All right. I hope everyone's doing well this evening. What do your guides want you to know? All right, so let me update this list real quick. Okay, we have Allison. So Chantel, Allison. Rebecca. All right. So, all right. They go immediately for the romance angels. What else do you want to use? Let's use the angels of abundance. Use these. Okay. All right. So, all right, guys, let's give Christina G a good message. What does she need to know most right now? What does Christina G need to know? Goodness gracious. Oh, we got to express your love and soulmate. And finances and career. I'm picking up something about traveling. Do you know what that would have to do with, Christina? I feel like there's some sort, it's about some sort of trip. And free yourself. So listen, okay, if you know, okay, well, keep that in mind because you might not know about this trip yet. All right. So trust the process. Okay. Let me pull some more cards and get a nicer picture before I go talking too much. But I do feel like there's some, God, they are talking to you hardcore, girl. Girl. Okay. I do see that there are possibly some okay. You got to quit limiting yourself when it comes to abundance. Okay? They're being very clear about this. Now, whether that be financial, love, career success, whatever it is, quit limiting yourself. Okay? Because in the challenge that I'm going to be starting next week, which I've already started on myself this week because I wanted to make sure it actually works, guys. Okay? And when I start it next week, I definitely want you to get in on this because I think it will be very beneficial for you. But don't limit yourself when it comes to your abundance, okay? Especially your finances. It's like time to get out of these self-limiting beliefs. Because we do have a visualize abundance in all forms and donations, tithing, and charitable work as well. So, I mean, you might get an opportunity to I feel like you need to get more into low-key service work, whether it's just helping people in your area or, cleaning up some clutter around your house and donating it to a Goodwill or whatever the case may be. You need to clear up some space in your life. But I also feel like there's some situations where you might have to either do some short or long traveling in order to kind of get more into service work, right? This is also going to help open your eyes to different opportunities for abundance in your life. And you really need to work on your visualization skills right now. Really visualize the life that you want to be living and the things that you want to see expanding in your life. Dreams of abundance. Could be having a lot of dreams about this too, about things that need to change. Now, I do want to pull on, why does this express your love here in soulmate? That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, I'm going to take it. What's on the bottom? 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So, listen. Right now, one of the biggest things that they want you to focus on is not only stepping fully into mission and service work, because service work like keeps coming up for you hardcore, but it's like putting in the necessary energy, work, and due diligence, right? Like into perfecting your trade, whatever that is. Like if you're really working on developing your abilities and your skills and whatever the case may be, okay, there might be some past life stuff that come up for you that when it comes to your flow of abundance and knowing exactly what your purpose is. Okay, I have not had problems with my tendinitis and like since me and Christian did that past life regression, and that was like over a month ago, and all of a sudden it started acting up really bad when I mentioned that. So there could be some past life stuff that's really coming up for reflection, okay? But it's like really committing to that trade in order to build the foundation that you're seeking, okay? Now, when it comes to express your love and soulmate, you know, this could definitely have to deal with, yeah. I mean, I feel like you're kind of at this place where you're kind of fighting with yourself about what your role is in this whole journey. Okay. So, you know, I know it says soulmate here, but we could be talking soulmate, twin flame shit, okay? Because we do have the lovers here and a whole bunch of other major arcana. You're going through a major shift right now. But I kind of feel that with the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Wands here, I feel like this is where your Sag moon is really coming into play. So it's like realizing your power in all of this and fighting about where your role actually, like what's your part in all of this, okay? Like, what do I have to do? And you're constantly in conflict about what actions you need to be taking in order to keep this expression going, right? That's kind of what it feels like. But in reality, what they're doing is just they want you to accept your role as it is and stay in the moment, okay? With the Fool card, the dog is your conscience, okay? It's trying to tell you, oh my God, you're going over the cliff, but you're so in the moment and it's so knowing your role in everything that you're already on the next wavelength. You're already on the next path. Like whether you see that or not, he's in mid stride, in mid air, dropping the stability, dropping the karmic baggage, just dropping all the earthly belongings and saying, I already know what the next step is because my soul knows where it needs to go. I am trusting by being in the moment and stopping and embracing all these beautiful moments that are around me, right? With the Hermit card, this is talking about facing the shadow side of self and the transformation that you're going through these dark nights of soulizing, that all these battles that you've been having with what your role is, you find that by going within, not by acting externally, especially when it comes to making a choice about your lover, right? The divine connections that are coming in for you, yes, can seem very like this tug of war. Look at them. You know what I'm saying? Like one's pulling one way, one's pulling the other, but the sun is still shining, right? This this red, this passion still connects you both. And with the death card being here, and this could represent your Scorpio moon, but or no, I must have written that down wrong. But the Scorpio here is talking about this transformation, about the the push and pull of this on a higher plane. Because again, these things that need to be let go of, and that's fighting for your place in this person's life, is just allowing the transformation to occur so that you can start to see things more clearly and understand these toxic ties, again, that shadow, right? These toxic self-limiting beliefs, these patterns that you're holding on to that are keeping you limited, right? They're telling you, like, there are things that need to be addressed that are causing a disturbance in your life. And that's why they're moving you into this mission work and a deeper commitment within self and trade. Okay? Trust the process, because there are a lot of new beginnings, and there's going to be a lot of information that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks to come. So pay attention to that, and again, create that stillness for yourself so that you can understand like what steps actually need to be taken for you to move forward and be comfortable with the choices you're about to have to make. Okay. What is the lesson when it comes? Whoa. Okay. Restore and replenish. It is a time for you to restore yourself. Okay. It's time for you to take that time to recoup. She feels, she knows. You have been through a lot. Okay. You could even be beating yourself up over some things, and it's that coulda, shoulda, wouldas, or letting other people, even again, fighting yourself on the role here. But this is about accepting your truest self. You know, because you feel it, right? And that's how we know. We just have this inner knowing. We feel it. We can feel it to our deepest core that this is what we need to do. This is who we need to be. And it's just about releasing all of it in order to come into that new place of self. Softly, the tender touch. You gotta feel those emotions, girl. Look at her. She's like so beautiful, but she's speaking her truth. She's feeling her truth in order to follow your own rhythm. Okay, this is all about you right now. This is all about you and your purpose and finding your own rhythm and your place. Okay, so I hope that helps. You're so welcome. Hey Nelson, how are you? We have 6 on the list so far, brother. So if you want to get on there, you can hit that donation link and I'll get you on, okay? Okay. So, all right, Robert is next. Robert, can you go ahead and post your question, baby? Okay. I have been busy and made some decisions, turned down one, feeling good about it, covered it in group, anyone new in work. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So what messages do we have for Robert when it comes to his work life and anyone new coming in? Oh, okay. Oh, they talking to you hard. They are talking to you hard, brother. And, and you know, it's interesting with the numerology that's here. You know, you are not only starting one phase, but you're ending another. And this is all a part of your initiation. So I'm hearing good job. So they're very proud of the the steps that you've been taking in order to apply the tools that you have learned. Okay. Hey, Kelly, how are you? But you have definitely been using the knowledge that you have been gaining by doing this work, by being with Tribe, you know, and it's teaching you to be at this higher state of consciousness and in this mode of receiving the messages from spirit, because we have higher consciousness, angel whispers, and initiation with application on the bottom. So it's like using all of these tools and these experiences that you have learned from in order to help you be more receiving to the wisdom of this universe and from your higher state of consciousness, from your higher self. And it's teaching you how to be in alignment in order to move through these portals that are opening up for you. Okay. Let's see. What lesson? Oh, okay. Bring it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. They are teaching you so much, dude. We have bring it into form. So, you know, they're teaching you that the things, yeah, to have comfort in the knowledge that you have gained. Okay. Because what you're doing right now, because I know that you have been through some pretty significant changes in the past and leading up until now. And now it's like you leaving your footprint. You're leaving that imprint on this world and by making the necessary choices that you have to make in order to change things. It's like, you know, you're in a more vulnerable state of receiving is what I'm hearing as well. And it hasn't been very easy either because of the transformation that you have been going through. It's like now you're opening up, right? Is really what's happening. And with the visions of life beyond death, it's not only about accepting your individual traits, your uniqueness, the wisdom that you have gained, but it's also about the ability that you have and how you are using them in your everyday life, right? And the reason why you're making these choices and feeling really good about it is because you're taking the wisdom that they are sharing with you, right? All right, Nelson, love you. But yeah, dude, like you are starting and finishing so many cycles all within the same period. You have 2 10s on the board right here. You have 8, 5, another 8. So there's a lot about this universal flow. Like as things are leaving, new things are coming in, divine connections are coming. But it's like teaching you that no matter what, and I'm also hearing like there used to be this poem of footprints in the sand. If you have not read that or heard it, I would definitely look it up because it is a very powerful poem. And yeah, you're good. But it's one of those things where, you know, like going through those hard times where you know, they were seeing God's footprints next to them. And they're like, when things got really rough, they didn't see the footprints anymore next to him. And they were questioning God, like, why are you not here with me in my darkest times? And they're like, you didn't see me carrying you through those hard times. That basically, you know what I'm saying? So we don't always see what is really going on behind the scenes. But when it is those really tough times, we don't always understand like how much they're really supporting us to the point of like even carrying us through it. So I would definitely look that up because I'm pretty sure that's what that's called. It's footprints in the sand. So let's see what tarot. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, man. Big things are coming for you. The wheel is finally turning in your favor. But again, tens. There's a lot of completions coming, and it's by using your own discernment through your healing process in order to make the right decisions for yourself, okay? And that definitely this seems to be like just a huge confirmation for what you've been experiencing already. But with the Temperance card, I would also be, they're telling me to tell you to be careful about hanging around anyone who has substance abuse issues. Okay, just throwing that out there. The Nine of Swords being reversed, like, yeah, I just see that this restless energy, like things are really going to start looking up for you. If you have been worried about anything, I really feel like a lot of that is coming to a close for you, and the necessary healing is taking place and will be taking place for quite some time. But I feel like the worst is over for right now. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. So, with the Nine of Swords being reversed, that does talk about the sleepless nights getting better. But with the Temperance being here too, I mean, it's just, there's a lot of balancing out. There's a lot of healing, especially with the Four of Swords being here. So, some of the decisions that you could have made, because I feel like it's not just about work, there's other decisions that you have made in your life. Whether it be just setting clear boundaries with those in your life, speaking up for yourself, taking that much needed time for self in order to connect and listen to what Spirit has in store for you. Like, a lot of these things are helping you open up more opportunities in your life as well. So let's see. What advice do you have for Robert? Yeah, focus on your priorities. Create more stillness, okay? This is basically the Hermit card. So, it's about setting your priorities on a higher standard. Like, don't stretch yourself so thin that you're worried about other people, because I know that this has been a thing for you for a while, is like worrying about other people who don't want the help and they're just kind of abusing your time and your energy. Make sure that you're putting your focus where it really needs to be at this time, and use that time for that inner reflection, and give yourself props, dude. Like, this is a good time to start, like really tapping in and talking to your higher self, that higher state of consciousness, and just be like, dude, I got you. Like, I see you. I feel you. Thank you. I have so much gratitude for what you're showing me right now. You're leading me so strongly. I could walk with my eyes closed type shit. You know what I'm saying? But it says, where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and the attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. So, and again, power of prayer, especially when it comes to your partnerships. Okay, so whether that be career or romantic, you got to put your energy and focus wherever you want to receive the highest outcome. Okay, so I hope that helps you. But yeah, you're doing a great job. This is a lot better than the last one I did for you, because I knew you were going through a lot. So good job, dude. Good job. Super proud of you. All right. So Miss Cynthia. Cynthia is next. Yeah, guys. And I will be hopping on tomorrow to do oh, thanks, Robert. Love you too. Tomorrow I will be getting on for oh, thanks, girl. Love you. But yeah, I'll be getting on tomorrow to do a video on twin flames. I think it's a talk that needs to happen. And um, when Danny and Brooke are ready, I am going to be doing an interview on them, and among other things. November's right around the corner, so I'll be able to do regression on both of them, and I can't wait. Do that Sunday. Awesome. I'm ready. So, but yeah, guys, I think that there's a lot of things that do need to be cleared up just to really kind of help people feel, I don't know if they just need that last bit of validation or that support to kind of reel it in, or to make them understand that they might not be seeing the journey clearly. So, but again, it will be my perception and my view, because again, these things are not written down anywhere. These are my personal experiences that I have realized and have come to know either through my own experiences, through my friends, and my spirit guides. So what else? All right. So anyway, enough of me gabbing. Cynthia, over the last 2 weeks, I have been having dreams of a man visiting and behaving as if we are in a relationship already. He's leaving little hints or presents for me to see. I can never quite get the chance to see his face, but I wake up left with this intense longing. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What is going on? Oh, girl. That is, Allison's already calling it. It is. It is. That's exactly what it was. But I'll pull some cards. Yeah, I mean, I was, and that's a weird thing too, because from my personal experience, and again, I have no idea if it's someone else or, because even Jason had picked up on the same physical attributes that I saw in my 5D dreams before I met my divine masculine, but this person doesn't look anything like my masculine. So there could be someone else, but I mean, this energy is so intense, and it never changes. That's the weird part. So, yeah, the 5D existence, especially if you feel like you're astral traveling, the longing and leaving gifts. That's very interesting. Leaving little hints or presents. All right. Well, let's see what the cards have to say. So, first, let's find out, Spirit, who is this person or this soul that is visiting Cynthia in her dreams? Who is he to her? The one you've been waiting on. Girl, you better prepare yourself. Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. Prepare yourself is what I am hearing. Prepare yourself. It is safe for you to love and keep an open mind. So this person could very much, not be as, oh, I got you, Michelle. Okay. This person might not be who you would typically go for. Now, with that being said, Cynthia, I know about your ex. So the thing is, with that being said, it's one of those things where you don't want them to be what your normal type would be, because you used to go for very toxic and very, not so nice people. So the last dream, he held me and left a note stapled to the shirt I was wearing. I can't remember what it said. I don't know how he got a stapler out to staple, but what else? Yeah, I wouldn't even ever think the stapler. But I mean, that's beautiful, dude. That's beautiful. Jesus Lord. So I feel like what's going to happen when you meet this person, it's going to be one of those like instant honeymoon phases. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be like something you've never really expected before. You might meet this person like bumping into them and just start a conversation, and you can't get out of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because the heart-to-heart conversations is here with this could be the one and honeymoon. So I feel like this is going to be a very exciting time for you. I feel like the conversation will be pretty natural between y'all, but when it comes to the really deep heartfelt stuff and them talking about their emotions, they might be a little scared at first, but I feel like they will open up after a while. And once you get to this point of like knowing your place and like who you are and how you want to stand in the world, that this person, and it says that you've already met the romantic partner you seek, but I feel like it's because they're visiting you in your dreams already. So they're saying you already know this soul. So I feel like when you meet this person, it's going to be one of those like, I've known you. Like, I feel like I've known you my entire life type deals. Where we want to go. Okay. So who is this person to Cynthia, and why is he visiting her? The Lovers. So definite soulmate energy at the very least. This is someone who will meet you on equal grounds. There is an offer. I mean, like, look, he's dropping the apple in her hand, okay? But there's this vulnerability too, and the Emperor, okay? So, he could very much be a leader, a boss. He could own his own company. I feel like, this is going to be one of those times where, oh, dude, like when I say that y'all have known each other, this is some strong shit. Yeah. He's definitely more established for sure with the Emperor. But dude, with these cards that are coming out, you got the Lovers, the Emperor, the Two of Cups. Like, this is talking about some divine shit. Okay. So, but this is the reunion. Like when I was saying that you've known each other, it's going to be like, oh man, just that instant. I feel so happy. Like, I just want to stay in this honeymoon bliss type shit. Okay, so just because I'm nosy, can you give me a time frame? Give me a number. When is this person coming in? Of course, they throw out a bunch. Let's see. So we have the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles in the world. So okay. So I'm kind of getting that you might either meet this person. I'm getting January. Okay. I'm getting January-ish. Definitely in the colder months. Could either be between the 5th and the 21st of January. But again, that could change, okay? But that is what I'm seeing. So, so if you want to get on the list, you can follow the donation link down in the description box. There's a PayPal link. If you follow the PayPal link, once I get your donation, I will put your name on the list and we will get you going. Or Danny is taking care of it right there. But yeah, we have the 10 of Wands being dropped. So especially with the Strength card being here, I feel like this person is going to break down all of your defenses and you theirs. There is a very strong, very, very strong connection here. Okay. Can we get a sign? What energy is he carrying? What zodiac sign is he? What can you give us? So let's start off. Okay. Yeah, so, at this point in time, and I feel like both of you could be kind of going through this at current, is like needing to make some decisions about, relationships in your life. I'm seeing a lot of air, though, a lot of air energy. So, they're preparing just as much as you are. Okay. They're tired of hiding themselves. All right. So, how is this person in the 3D feeling about the dreams that he's having with Cynthia? How is he feeling in the 3D about having these dreams with Cynthia? Oh my gosh. So we have the Four of Swords and the Three of Cups. So he could be getting out of a relationship. I feel like, he could definitely have been cheated on and is healing through this process at current. He might even be in a relationship and having these dreams about you and feel like he's cheating. But we have the Strength card twice, the Hangman, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. So this is definitely some sort of divine union. But with the Strength card and the Hangman, this is how he's feeling about the dreams he's having with you. So there seems to be this raw desire that he's feeling, but he's not really sure what to do in a physical sense. And he's very much at conflict with it because he's not really sure if it's just a dream or if it's something he's truly experiencing, which is also bringing up a lot of the wounded warrior side of himself, and really wondering if he has been putting in not only the right amount of effort, but is he really putting in the time and energy into something stable that he actually believes in? And I don't think that he does. Like, that this is what he's currently going through, that he actually sees this. Because when he's thinking about these dreams, like, he feels that it's pretty fucking solid. Like, there's no other way to explain what he's going through. It seems real, is what I'm hearing. Okay, what's on the bottom? Two of Cups again. So this is definitely some sort of soulmate twin energy for sure. Let's pull Lover's Oracle and then we'll move on. But I'm nosy because you know me, girl. I've been waiting for this. Which, I don't know if you remember me saying, but months and months ago, I was like, I just see you bumping into this guy, and it's like this completely faded meeting, and you're just gonna get shooketh. You're gonna get struck. Yeah, so this person, yeah, this is definitely someone coming in for you, new beginning, a new adventure. Wait, and live your dreams passionately. But really think about when you're experiencing these things, how does it really make you feel? Does it make you nervous? Does it make you excited? Remember, only time will tell. But there's definitely use these dreams and things that you are feeling to go ahead and prepare yourself, because there is reflection that is going to happen. So whether it be mirroring or, just taking that time for reflection, trust and have faith that everything will work out. But when this person comes in, you're definitely going to have some very easy conversation with him. It's going to feel very natural and just very joyous. And it's going to be like this reunion, and it's going to be a pretty big deal. You'll know. There won't be any denying it. That's for damn sure. Okay. So, yeah, girl, I'm super excited for you. But yeah, you gotta let me know. Let me know what the deal is. All right. So, all right, Chantel is next. And then we have Allison, Rebecca, and then Michelle. So Chantel is next. Hi, Chantel. Planning on moving back home at the end of the year. Is this a good move? Is there anything coming in my future, in my romantic life, within the near future? Okay. So first, let's start off with the move. All right. So guides, love team, please tell me, what can Chantel expect when she moves back home at the end of the year? Is this a good move for her? What can she expect? Four of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. High Priestess. Okay. Why is this Four of Pentacles here? I'm picking up a lot of information, so give me 1 second. Why is the Six of Swords here? All right. So there's a couple things. Okay. So first off, I do feel that there will be some good opportunities for you. Okay, especially to make some decent money. If you're going back home for a specific job, because with the Four of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So what this kind of tells me is I feel like there's some resistance, though. Especially with the Ace of Cups, there's a couple different scenarios, okay? So I feel that there is some sort of resistance when it comes to either the belief in self that you can be financially abundant and stable and, everything work out smoothly for you. Could be possibly going back for a lover, okay, hoping for some sort of new beginning that you're not quite ready to love. Um, but I do feel that this is more about like job and finance, okay? Could have to do with love, but it does definitely has to do more with finances, okay? So please take however that resonates because there's quite a bit. It's very confusing energy. There's a lot of confliction here. With the Four of Pentacles, it can talk about, being resistant to change, holding on for dear life, okay, to save money, okay. So that could be why that Four of Pentacles is there. With the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, I mean, I do see that, especially with the Ten of Pentacles being here, that you're going to be able to save the money. You're going to open up a lot of new opportunities, but it's not going to last long, right? So you definitely want to be very proactive when it comes to the way that you save, okay? Very much listen to your intuition because when you are asked to move on, it's going to be one of those things where you can't question yourself, okay? I mean, you can, but it's not going to do you any good. They're going to push you really hard, okay? Because you are going through, especially by April, okay? By April, you're going to go through another huge ascension. Honestly, April's not that very far away. So, it's one of those things where I feel that there's going to be a new opportunity for you where it's going to help you move into a new direction that is going to be more stable and more harmonious for you in the future, okay? But it is literally taking a leap of faith, okay? This is like going completely outside your comfort zone. I do feel that there, could definitely be a chance for you to um, gain some insight on, especially with you going through this process of, kind of hunkering down, working, saving money, whatever. I feel that this is going to be a good opportunity for you to not only network, but to also realize like just how strong you are, like with resiliency. I'm getting this with the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Like this is really about believing in yourself, okay? Overcoming the obstacles and listening to a higher form of wisdom and using that law of attraction to bring in that Ten of Pentacles, because the Ten of Pentacles is a bang-up card we having. What advice do you have for Chantel, please, when it comes to this moving back home? And again, I don't see it as a bad thing. I just don't feel like you're gonna, okay, and that's why, because they're giving you the moonlighting card. So this is basically going to give you the fundamentals that you need in order to move more into mission work. And I feel like that's when you're going to hit your next big ascension, is around April. And that's when things are really going to start shifting for you. So, you know, they're going to start pushing you more into mission work, which, you know, sometimes when we're moving into mission work, we do have to work other jobs in order to, you know, kind of save up those funds and make sure that we're, you know, our bills are taken care of and whatnot, you know, our 3D life. But they want us to be able to still put time and energy into what do we feel we can be in service for, right? And this is kind of what they're teaching you, is finding that belief in yourself to take that leap of faith, to really move towards what you're passionate about, not just feeling like you need to do in order to make your ends meet. Words of abundance. Speak wisely when it comes to your finances and the opportunities for you to move forward, okay? We also have focus on your priorities. So wherever you put your focus is going to be your outcome. This is a good time to do reflection on what is your purpose, what is your mission, and understand that the things that are happening for you are ultimately allowing you to release yourself from any burdensome situations, whether that be self-limiting beliefs. Yeah, believe in your dreams. Okay, there are some divine opportunities that are coming to play for you. You could be dreaming a lot, like, about your future and what, you know, you like that imprint you want to leave. What, when you leave this world, what do you want to be remembered for, right? And this is going to be a huge transformation of you coming to a more like inner peace state of being. Yeah, and it's also about finding comfort in spirit's help and guidance, because there's a huge transformation taking place for sure. So, you know, you moving back is definitely going to teach you a lot about yourself and the law of attraction and your resiliency, like just doing whatever it takes in order to be able to move forward. But I do feel that right around April, there's going to be a big shift that's going to help you move more into mission. I don't see anything bad. I just feel like there either could be a little bit of resistance, but, you know, that could just be from the mind frame. Okay. So if any self-limiting beliefs start sneaking in, or any self-doubt, just kick it to the curb, address it, you know, do what you got to do in order to transmute it. But it's nothing that you should be worried about. Okay. So with that being said, let's move on to your love life. Let's see. What do we have for Chantel and her future love life, please? Oh, shit. We got the lovers on the board. We got the lovers on the board. The Hermit. So it seems like there's some deep reflection about a choice that needs to be made in the relationship. Two major arcana is a pretty big deal. What does she need to know about her love life in the future? The Seven of Cups. So, where's the Seven of Cups here? Yeah. So, I mean, I do feel that, there is someone specific. If you haven't already met them, then they are coming. But I feel like either one or two of you need to make a decision about the commitment, okay? Because with the Seven of Cups being here, this does talk about, like having a lot of options and illusions and what this connection really means. And the feminine here is like, nah, quit being so stuck in 3D. Let's go up to that island that's made for us. The castle's up there, with the Two of Cups clarifying that. So there's a very strong soulmate connection here. The Two of Pentacles, it does talk about, needing to create balance, but it could also talk about juggling. Why is this Two of Pentacles here? So, yeah, I mean, listen, you could have someone in your life that is you're very, very connected to, okay? And I'm not saying that you're not. What I'm getting is that with the Knight of Wands being reversed, with the Temperance clarifying the Two of Pentacles, someone's got to make up their mind about quitting playing the damn player shit. You know what I'm saying? We got the King of Swords reversed, so I feel like whoever the masculine is in this is not being very honest. Okay, not being very open with their communication. Definitely in limbo about what decision to make. I do feel like you be as nurturing as possible. If this doesn't make sense, then it hasn't happened yet. So just keep that in mind, because this will play out later, more than likely, because that's how my readings go. But I do feel like the reason why this person is coming into your life is for you to help shed light on the player mentality and the ways that they used to behave, and for them to start that healing process of why they might use sex in the wrong ways, and how they might abuse their position as a masculine. And you're like helping nurture them to make their decision for themselves without pressuring them, so that they can make that decision on their own and be a successful one stuff. And you help them see, like, nah, dude, we ain't doing this. Let's go to a higher ground. Let's see what this love can really do for us. But you have to make that decision to put your player games aside. You have to put this fuckboy mentality away, is what I'm seeing. Okay. We also have the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles, of Wands, and the Empress. Yeah. So, I mean, I do see that this could end up being a successful union later down the road. But, he's definitely going to have to quit being so resistant and let the transformation take place, so that I feel like both of you are kind of doing this because you might be questioning whether he can actually let go of these bonds or not, but then he helps you undo these bonds as well. Like, you're both helping each other start something new and making that decision together to take on this world, which helps you move into that Empress energy with the Justice and the Four of Wands. This could talk about marriage later down the road, so just keep that in mind. But I definitely see that this is about you helping someone realize that their actions aren't necessarily healthy, and if they want to be in your life regardless of this connection, then they're going to have to show up properly, because you're not willing to take on anything less than you deserve, is what I'm getting. So I hope that makes sense, and if it doesn't, just be patient, because it will later. Like, that was a very clear storyline. Some of my readings that I've done over 2 years ago are still being played out. So, yeah, no. All right, so Allison is next. Yeah, guys, you're so welcome. And girl, let me know. Let me know. Okay. So I have been single for a few years now, doing a lot of inner work and healing. I feel like I'm finally in a good place for love again. What might be coming in for me in the near future for love and a relationship, trying to move away from the whole twin flame thing and bring in a good man and a great relationship. Good job, girl. Good job. Because regardless, okay, we should not stop ourselves. And this is one of the things that I really wanted to talk about in my twin flame video, is regardless, like, we cannot stop ourselves from experiencing what love has in store for us because our twin is not ready to step up to the plate. Like, as we continue to do our work, it does open up the room for them, but it is also free will. We cannot force anyone or chase anyone to do the work. So everything will plan out as it's supposed to in divine timing. But regardless, you are in a great mindset, and I am so proud of you. So good job, girl. Good job. Okay. So let's see what... Guys, I got so many questions. Okay. So let's start here. Since Miss Allison has done such a wonderful job in releasing the outcome and coming to a state of acceptance about this twin journey, what is her blessing that you have in store for her, please? Moving towards the light. So you are definitely ascending to a higher level. You are crossing some major bridges. Yeah, girl, like, I get it. I totally get it. I totally understand. And, and it's not even in a way like where there's animosity or, shame or guilt or anything like that. It's just like, it is what it is. We still have immense love for these people, but like the whole twin flame thing has just gotten so hyped up. They don't even treat it as a sacred thing anymore. And there's so many people out here that are like trying to bash on the divine masculine. Like, why are you bashing on the divine masculine? Because then you bashing on yourself too. Like, I mean, we all got shit. Okay, we all got shit. Hi, Eric. It is a $20 love donation. The link is down below in the description box, or Danny usually posts it comments. But if you go through the donation link in the description box, the PayPal link, once I receive your donation, then I will put your name on the list, okay? So, but yeah, dude, like, so we have you at a 5 and an 8. So there's a lot that you have been going through, okay? Wow. Wow. Okay. We don't tolerate any negativity in here. So, but anyway, I'm not going to let him steal your energy or your time, Allison. So, moving towards the light and initiation, we have believe it. Okay? So, I definitely feel that, you know, everything that you have been going through, because, like, listen, this twin flame thing is not easy. And with the number 5, a lot of people don't really understand, like, what actually goes behind the number 5. And it takes a lot to transform and to exceed the self-limiting beliefs and the traumatic experiences that we have to overcome in order to come to a higher state of consciousness and to a higher state of understanding and acceptance in order to go through that initiation process of coming into alignment, right? It's a hard job for anyone. And when you can honestly look at yourself and say, yes, I am a flawed human being, but I am perfect the way that God made me. And to understand that it's all these conditionings that have taken us away from the truth of self. Like, the truth is already here. We just have to uncover it. And that's kind of the process that you've been going through. You know, it's really important that you pay attention to your dreams. If you feel like you're not remembering, you can always ask before you fall asleep, like, Spirit, please help me remember my dreams so I can gain the information and the knowledge that I need to use in my waking life, these kind of things. But it's like helping this communication with your higher self and with the spirit realm. And it's helping this transformation for you to ascend to a higher level. It's a really beautiful energy that I'm seeing for you, and you're going to cross a lot of bridges. And just remember, it's not a straight path. It's like a winding staircase. You might not always see exactly where you're going because there's so many bends and turns, but you're going to cross each bridge with grace and dignity as you come to it. So be proud of how far you have come and everything that you've already done, because you're doing a great job. Like, I can feel your energy right now, and it's very beautiful. Okay. So that's the blessing that they have for you, that they want you to be aware of. So let's see what kind of love is coming in for Miss Allison. You're so welcome. Thank you for sharing with me. All right. So what love, good love do we have for Miss Allison? Ooh, we got reconciliation on the board. And you know, that's usually what happens when you surrender and accept the outcome. Okay. So we do have codependency coming out, and I will clarify that. We have playfulness. And flirt. So I feel like this is one of those things where give your relationship a chance, have heart-to-heart conversations, and stay optimistic about your love life, okay? Honestly, what I'm seeing is that, you know, what they're kind of trying to work you through, because codependency could be a thing for you or your divine masculine, when it comes to why the separation was there in the first place, right? And it could be any kind of addiction, but codependency usually does tend to be a very big factor when it comes to twins, abandonment issues, putting people on a pedestal, one-sided love, that kind of thing, chasing the broken in order to fix them, that kind of thing. But I do feel like you have gone through this huge transformation, and with the Empress and the Ten of Swords being here, I almost feel that okay. I feel that you honestly, in your heart, feel that this was not given the proper chance, right? Like without the self-limiting beliefs and the fear factor being involved, like you don't feel that this was given a proper chance, and it really has messed with your Empress energy, but also has led you to your Empress energy. When it comes to the new beginning, that's really what I'm feeling, is like it ended before it even got off the ground type energy, okay? And this did back then really leave you in yeah. And it did, like, and even though, like, with this Ten of Swords energy, it almost feels like there is a death of a part of you, right? Like this helped you get to the point of putting the end to these codependent ways in order for you to accept your Empress energy, okay? But that's honestly what I feel, is like it really I think it hurt more, like the fact that you had to go through this transformational process of letting these codependent issues go, and the fact that it didn't even get a chance to get off the ground hurt almost as equally, which kind of sounds weird coming out of my mouth, but on an energetic sense, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because this is something is meant to be in your life. And yet, when it doesn't get a proper chance, a lot of these codependency issues can come up. Self-worth, belief, worthiness, deservingness, all these things, abandonment issues, all these issues start coming up in order for you to shed these like layers of self that are no longer supporting this Empress energy. Okay. So, I feel like when the reconciliation comes back around, it's one of those things where, of course you want boundaries for yourself. So you're not just letting anyone just having fun. It's about being in the moment, not taking things so seriously, giving yourself a chance to let go without looking at, someone coming into your life, because me and my friend have had this talk too, especially when it comes to codependent behavior, when we are so desperate to feel validated and feel loved, and these are old patterns we used to carry. It's like any person that came in was a potential partner, was a potential husband, or, potential boyfriend. And we're always thinking about what the future holds instead of being in the moment and letting them show us how they want to show up in our lives. And then we get upset when they don't show up the way that we want them to. And then we try to control them and, manipulate and all these things and get our panties in a wad because they're not showing up the way that we need them to, right? Well, there's a reason for that. So when we allow ourselves to be in our Empress energy, right? When we know who we are in our place and we know how we want to be viewed and how we want to show up, and we can just be our fun loving selves and not take everything so serious, we can learn to be playful and just flirt and have a good time and let them see that there is a lighthearted energy within us and not everything is so serious, right? I also feel that, this is part of whether, y'all are aware of it or not. This is how your higher selves are like trying to nurture each other into coming into each other's lives. Like hi, Silver Moon, how are you? So let's see what other messages. What do you want her to know about this reconciliation? Okay. We have the 9 of Wands and the Tower. So, yeah, I mean, the reason why y'all were separated, we do have the King of Swords, 3 of Cups, and the Sun. But then we also have the 7 of Wands. There could have definitely been some distractions that he was doing in order to kind of like, avoid the inevitable, right? And there you go. Both of you were very guarded, okay? Both of you were very, very guarded. One might be a little more weary than the other, okay? But nevertheless, both of you can see that there are some unstable foundations here, okay? Both of you have been hurt. Both of you have been to this point where these wounded parts of self need to come up to the surface to be addressed. And it also means that anything that is not going to serve a harmonious union is going to be stripped away from you. And that's why it hurts so fucking bad. Okay? I also feel like one of you is carrying more than the other. Still, I mean, and it's all a matter of perception too. Okay? So normally, like, you see one with a bandage on his head. So one might have a hard time like really listening to what their mind is telling them, right? Having that connection with source. They've lost their belief in source energy, right? So even though they're not really badly, they're not scratched like the other guy's hands are bloody, he's got blood on his shirt, he's got his little satchel, but the other guy's just got a little bandage around his head, but he's not really bleeding or anything. It's more like more of a mentality. And I feel like this is more of losing that connection with God and just standing on guard, which he's holding on for dear life because he needs something like stable. If he can't, and this is probably more of the masculine, if I can't see, touch, or taste it, then it's not real, right? Versus, I feel like this is more of you where you've been doing the hard work. You have been doing the hard work. You have been through the battle. You have got your knees and your hands bloody as hell going through the process, and you only carry what you need, right? But your defenses aren't as, like, even though you're still guarded, you're not as scared as he is. You can see, like, the hands are loosely on the wand there, and just kind of like, you're cautious, but you're not as defensive, is what I'm hearing. Okay. So either way, this had to come, divine intervention needed to happen in order for you to get to this point of saying, okay, the slate needs to be cleared for things to come out better. Yeah, with the Six of Cups. This is also talking about that reminiscing, the reconciliation of remembering the good times with each other, okay? Running towards higher forms of wisdom, and that's talking to your spirit guides. And yes, it's talking about knowing that there is an opportunity that was handed, but because of past circumstances, it was an opportunity, and now there is clarity coming up for that, especially from the divine. Okay. And I feel like this is definitely a lot on his end, that he's really starting to come to this realization. Like, he's reminiscing a lot about this opportunity that is missed, that he poured out himself, and it was because he was too guarded and things weren't stable enough to last. So that's why it, honestly, it was to the point where it had to happen. It had to happen that way. So let's pull, this is actually a deck that I channeled from Spirit, and these are messages from the Divine Masculine. So let's see what message he has for you. Okay. Listen, okay, was I not just talking about reminiscing, okay? Right? With the Six of Cups. I think about the moments, I'm sorry, my dog's butt. Okay. I think about the moments we shared. I've been looking back on old messages and pictures. No matter how much I let this go, you always sneak back up on me. And you just said that too. I just feel like I can't get away from it, from him, right? Well, he's feeling the same thing. I am receiving a lot of signs about what I need to change. I have a lot of work to do. Sometimes I wish I could get your advice, but I need to do this on my own. And I hope you find the love that you deserve. Okay. So he's wishing you the best. He wants you to live your life. He wants you to find that happiness that you're looking for. But that does start within, first and foremost, right? He does realize that he needs to do a lot of this work, but he's also feeling very reminiscent of the times that you shared, even if it didn't actually get off the ground. So yeah, girl, I hope those messages help you, but I feel like the more work you do and just love on yourself and go through your process, it'll eventually come back, okay? So I really hope those messages resonate with you. And if anyone would like to have a more in-depth reading, you can always get in touch with me for a personal, okay? All right, so Rebecca is next. Rebecca, you're so welcome. And then Michelle is next, and that is the end of our list, guys. Hi, Darcy. How are you? Oh, thank you, Allison. I really appreciate that. All right, Rebecca, what am I to learn from the connection between the Libra and me? Where are things going with him? Okay. So let's do my little relationship spread. How is Rebecca feeling towards this Libra? It's weird. My allergies have been acting like super crazy the last 2 days. And I think it's because it's been raining like the last 2 days, and I think it's kicking up a bunch of stuff. And then like I'm super bad with dust and pet dander and all that kind of stuff, and I've been cleaning all day trying to get this house ready for the open house. So all the dust and pet hair got kicked up, and I suffer in a little bit. It's bad. I pretty much have year-long allergies. My stepdad doesn't even. Thank you. Okay, so all right. So how is Rebecca's Libra feeling about this connection? Yeah, I just gotta do a sinus flush. All right. How is Rebecca's Libra feeling about this connection? Okay. All right. All right. So mind space for Rebecca. Mind space. Heart space. Ooh. Heart space for Rebecca. Holy crap, girl. In 3D space. I'm going to start with yours and then we'll go into his. Oh, nice. All right. 3D space for Rebecca, please. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Rebecca. Unfortunately, it is not looking too great right now, but that is the energy of this season, right? So, we have the honeymoon and true love on your side. So, I really feel like this Libra, even though you have this could be the one on the bottom of the deck of the romance angels, I feel like you just want to have the time with him, right? Like you're missing the connection. We also have the Tower and the Five of Pentacles, so someone could have been left behind. I feel like I don't see a lot of communication going on. I see a lot of defensiveness, a lot of pulling away. A lot of decisions that have to be made. Okay. So I feel like overall, like you're just wanting to feel this reconnection with them, right? But in your mind space, we have the Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands. So, I mean, it's like there's still this resistance. It's new. Okay. Well, and we'll pull some on that, but I feel like I don't know. This could be future. Then they're trying to tell you what's coming. Okay. So in your mind space, we have the Four of Wands, which does talk about, stability. Um, and that's the thing. I'm not really seeing too much twin stuff. Okay. And that's why I'm not bringing it up. I do see the true love card here. So I do feel like there are feelings there, especially with the Four of Wands. I mean, I do feel that at some point you do feel that this could be something solid, but you're still very guarded towards it. Okay. Yeah, twin stuff. You know what I'm saying. With the Nine of Wands, like you're still very guarded because of your past. And it could be because you're twin. In the mind space, you still have the twin on the mind. Okay, so that could be why. If it's not taught, if you don't feel like this is someone, okay, so that makes more sense. So, in the heart space, like we have you as the Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So I feel like no matter what, you're still like you're still waiting on this offer. You're still waiting. Maybe it is talking more about the twin. I mean, I asked about the Libra though. And I honestly don't see a ton, I see a ton of air here. We have the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords. But with the Ten of Pentacles being reversed here, I feel like you're eventually going to realize that a decision has to be made, and this isn't going to really be abundant enough for you. And you're going to choose to move on. That's really what I'm seeing, especially with the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. I feel like in the 3D space, it's just kind of like it doesn't give you that fulfillment that you're looking for. Okay. And it's probably because you're still, waiting on that offer from your twin. So let's see what yeah, I get it. I get it. And listen, and they can be a soulmate, and it's so hard when you have someone that you feel comfortable with. Like, it's probably a lot easier. It's just very natural, and you don't have to fight it so hard. There's not a lot of learning and growth, not as much transformation with the soulmates as you would with a twin. But it's one of those things where, you could be happy, but it's not the same passion. It's not the same drive. And I think we tend to hold on to that because we had that moment, that spark with our twin, and it's kind of hard to let go, even if you have this, draw to someone else. I get it. I very much get it. But we do have the Page of Swords twice. No, we have the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. So, who is this having to do with? Who's this Page of Swords? I feel like there's going to be some sort of talk or message that's coming through. I feel for the most part, you know, with him coming through as the King of Swords, he's very honest with the way that he talks to you. You know, what he says, I would believe. Might be easier for you to actually trust what's coming out of his mouth. But I also feel that do you feel that he yeah, I get that. It's okay. It happens. I've done it too. It's all right. Do you feel that he has not properly healed from, like, because I don't feel that he's necessarily on the same path as you, like, as a healer, if that makes sense. He might have some qualities here. Like, you can see that he could probably be some sort of empath or sensitive, but he's definitely not like actively engaged in it either. And I feel like that kind of brings up a little bit of concern. And I feel like there will be some talk or truth about this coming through. Yeah, either way, I mean, I just feel like it's kind of conflicted right now. With the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups, I definitely feel like this is some sort of soulmate together for whatever that reason is. So let's ask that. What is the reason for Rebecca meeting this male Libra? And Two of Pentacles, find balance. You know, it's that juggling act too. Weighing your odds. Yeah, Darcy, I have a few spots left. But yeah, it's about listening to your truth, finding your happiness, creating that balance in your life, and you know, having that childlike sense of wonder and just enjoying your time with this person. I really believe that, okay? Because you deserve to have fun regardless, you know, and again, it doesn't have to be super serious. Just enjoy them while they're here. And I promise you, you'll learn a lot either way. Okay. Yeah, they're being playful. Yeah. All right. So let's see how this Libra feels. So we have retreat and calling in your soulmate. So I feel like they want to spend some quality time with you, like kind of getting away from the distractions, that kind of thing. I got you, Darcy. Thank you. So we have the Seven of Wands and the Moon. So I definitely feel like there's some conflict. Why is the Seven of Wands and the Moon here? Where's the Seven of Wands? Okay. So, especially with calling in your soulmate. So I feel like he feels that on some level he's been asking for someone like you, right? And now here you are, right? And so it's like having a little bit of this conflict. I feel like there is a sense of awareness, but he's not really sure how to use these abilities either. With the Seven of Wands, I feel like he's kind of at conflict about these things that he might not fully understand when it comes to the magic. Right? Yeah. Oh, good. So there you go. He's really looking forward to this, okay? Does he know about the twin? Oh. Yeah, I got you, Darcy. Um, does he know about your twin, Rebecca? Okay. So with the Three of Cups being reversed here, I kind of feel like he's somewhat at a conflict because he knows that he doesn't know everything. Like there are things that aren't being completely discussed about this situation. Okay. And I feel like he's almost wondering if it's actually over, which we all know the twin is never over. um, and it's putting a lot of weight on him, to be honest, with the Ten of Wands and the High Priestess. Like his intuition is telling him there's something else to this story. Okay. And he's willing to be patient because he knows you're guarded. He knows you have a big heart and that you'll open up when you're ready. But he knows. He can sense that there's more to the story, and he might not, again, he might be very open and honest with you, but especially when it comes to emotions, he might not be the most open about these things. But it's definitely putting a lot of weight on him with the Ten of Wands. But not enough to where he is going to sabotage this relationship. I think he's going to be very patient with you. It's just a matter of the conflict that he's kind of feeling with himself. Okay. So let's see what's going on in his headspace. Yeah, the Seven of Wands, he's conflicted. The Knight of Swords. So, I mean, he could be worried that this person's going to come back in and he's not going to know what to do with that because he can sense that it's stronger. So I feel like he's just kind of in this contemplative period and trying to listen to his intuition at the time. What does his heart space feel about this connection? The Page of Swords. So, he could just be being kind of discreet, but also being very blunt, like using his words wisely. And the Six of Wands, kind of like, I feel like he wants this to be successful, but at the end, he's not really sure if it's going to be long lasting. Okay. And what's going on and I feel like that was what was going on in the 3D space that we talked about earlier. So yeah, I mean, I don't feel like he's going to necessarily sabotage this because he really does care about you. Like, he feels that you're a soulmate, but what's going on behind the scenes with the twin is kind of keeping him with the conflict about how to move forward with all this. So just have fun with it, take your time with it, and don't stress. Okay. So I hope that helps give you a little bit of insight. Okay. Um, all right. So, okay. Michelle is next. You are welcome, my dear. Michelle and then Darcy, and then we will wrap it up. Okay. So what guidance does Spirit have for me, especially now that I'm in contact? Masculine, yay! So excited. All right. So let's see. What would you like Michelle to know now that she is in contact? Mm-hmm. So definitely pay attention to the messages that you have been receiving. You are never alone, and you know this, okay? And coming to this realization is going to help you understand that you have the power to walk through these doors that are being opened up for you. And it's going to be infinite possibilities. Once you realize this power, because of course, you know, being in communication with your twin, whether that be union or whatever the case may be, just being in that energy can help open gateways, right? So this is going to help remove some of these obstacles and blocks, and it's helping like wipe away this. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Charlie's like stretching, shaking the whole bed. But remember to stay in gratitude, okay? Gratitude is going to be a huge part, okay? And this is a huge thing that I've like really been working on this week, and I feel that it's very important that we all do this for ourselves and reminding ourselves of how much we love ourselves, how much we appreciate ourselves, what are we proud of, what do we love, like, you know, like shower love on to self, right? So and this is really opening up a lot of opportunities for you. A lot of opportunities. It's also giving you some insight into family issues that need to be healed, and, you know, not being afraid to have these heart conversations, and possibly even being vulnerable with your divine masculine about, you know, what has happened that might have caused you to react certain ways when you were first in contact. You know what I'm saying? Determine what is ego-based overthinking and what is from spirit. Very, very good question, Michelle. So this is actually, and I see 1016, which is my number, but it's, okay. The easiest way that I can explain this right? Like, okay, ego is a healthy thing to have. Overactive ego is not. When ego is in the driver's seat, it can take over, right? So let's break it down very simply, okay? Ego basically helps us understand what our likes and dislikes are. This feels good, this doesn't. I like this, I don't like this. This fits, this doesn't fit, right? It is being able to discern what is in alignment and what is not on a mental level, okay? It's being able to look at a situation and say, I don't feel good about this. Or, yeah, I do feel good about this, right? Okay? It's about setting healthy boundaries. When ego is overactive and in the driver's seat, it creates fear. I can tell you right now, spirit is never going to tell you something to be fearful of. They will never they will never force you to do anything. They will never say, you have to do this. Okay? They will never tell you that you need to be scared of anything. They're never going to make you do anything that, goes completely against your intuition or your body or whatever the case may be. Now, there might be some resistance due to fear, right? But the initial thing that I like to remember is the difference between thinking and feeling, and what is the initial reaction. So say, and again, a lot of us can't tell the difference because most of the information we receive is telepathic, okay? So it's almost as if a thought just drops in, right? So then we say, we think, we feel, right? Usually when we feel, it's our intuition. When we think, it's coming from our mind. So how do you really know the difference? And what does it's all about the intention, the feeling behind it. So when this thought or feeling comes through, what does that feel like, right? So when you have a thought that says, I'm not happy at my job anymore, let me look into other opportunities. And at first, you're really freaking excited. You're like, yes, this is exactly what I need to do. I need to get away from my dead-end job. I need to get away from these people and places that do not respect me and do not serve me or have opportunities for me to grow and expand and use my skills to the most beneficial result, right? And you have all these reasons why you should, but the longer you think about it, oh, but I've really been here a long time. I'm very comfortable here. What if I don't get the job? What am I going to do about my bills? I have all these payments due. Like, how long is it going to take me to get my footing back? Like all these things, fear-based, okay? Fear-based are going to start coming in. That is the ego that is trying to stop you from moving forward out of a situation that is no longer serving you. Can you see the difference? So normally when this aha moment, okay, I need to make this change. It feels good. It feels inspiring. You know that this is something that you've been wanting to do and you finally made the decision. But then you start giving yourself time to think about it. Then it starts becoming fear-based, okay? There is no such thing as doubt, fear, or obligation when it comes to spirit's messages. It is a simple knowing. It is a simple nudge. It is a simple inspiration, okay? But exactly, it is truth. It is love, right? It's this knowing, this guidance to say, this is the direction I need to move in, regardless of the circumstances. And yes, there might be some resistance because in a 3D mindset, we're bred to believe that these things are hard. They don't have to be. Because when we're in alignment, everything works out in our favor, right? Things move more slowly when we take the path of least resistance. So it's like getting out of our own way and trusting what we need to do and asking for guidance along the way. Like if spirit, gives you the nudge to leave the dead-end job or the abusive relationship, of course it's going to be hard to get out of these patterns and these fears and the what ifs. But once you feel that breath of release, like, I finally made my decision, I can breathe now. That's how you know. But it's when you start over analyzing. It's anything that gains momentum and starts becoming fear-based, that is the ego. Okay. When it's an inspired thought, when it's, something that is going to better you in the long run, when it's going to move you into alignment, that is spirit. Okay. When it's creative, these are all things. Okay. So, yes, absolutely, Tim. Overthinking will always lead to indecision. And it comes to that point of that just knowing, of knowing and moving past the fear and making the decision. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. And there's a big difference between inspired and impulsive action, right? So, know the difference. And there is. There's a huge difference. And it goes back to what I was just talking about, the inspired, like, this is what I need to do for my highest good. Okay. I need to move away from these toxic situations or these situations that aren't allowing me to expand or evolve or whatever the case may be. They are not supporting me anymore. Moving on to something better, right? Versus I am creating enough fear to make me stay put. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. And that's how you know. And again, the ego can be very beneficial, but when it's in balance and not in the driver's seat. Okay. So, I do feel that now let's get back to the whole main message. I got totally off topic. But I definitely feel that everything this is teaching you, because obviously you're learning a lot of tools, right? And, it's also teaching like the balance of religious factors and beliefs. Okay. So there are certain things that I feel like will need fine tuning. And especially you standing and believing so much in your belief system that regardless of what anyone else thinks, like when you come to that point of true union, like physical union, you will know exactly where you stand and you will not be swayed. Okay? And that's why the wait is worth it, because you will know. Yeah. Oh, and you'll see. You'll see. Because he might not be as aware of his religious factors. You know what I'm saying? And it might not be just religious factors, but belief systems, right? Maybe his family issues. Maybe his family was super freaking religious. And he's not really sure what his beliefs are. When you have a highly spiritual person in your life, but you don't even know what you believe in, that could be hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, he could be in this confused state of like just trying to figure out what he's experiencing with you, because I almost kind of feel like he's had this disconnection with source. Okay. Um, he's highly spiritual but didn't have a religious upbringing. Just wait. Just wait, because I feel that there's going to be more information that comes out later down the road about his spiritual beliefs, and what it might not be his parents, but maybe his grandparents, like everyone's got some sort of belief system. You know what I'm saying? And not all of them are healthy. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's going to come out. It will come out. At some point, it will come out. So, yeah. That's all I can. Won't let me say any more about it. So, it's just not time for you to know yet. It's there, though. All right. So, we have the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, There's this 2 of Swords here. There's the 7 of Cups here. Okay. So, yeah. He is tired of the restlessness, and so are you. Okay. So, yeah. And this is why it's come back around, because like you're both ready for the true healing to begin. You're tired of the restlessness, you're tired of the separation, and it's just time to figure out what the fuck this all means. Just what it is. We have the 8 of Cups. So it took him walking away and you longing, because he was not in the right energy to be there for you, right? The Knight of Wands, this is someone that can come in just as quickly as they leave. A lot of player mentality, didn't really, have a really strong commitment. This is someone who came in with a lot of passion and left just as quickly. Now, with the 3 of Wands, I feel like, you had to let him figure it out. Like, if he was going to play that game, then fine, go, leave, do what you got to do. And as much as it upset you and sent you into this longing, you also understood that it was divine and that it would come back. Like, you were sending those messages, that loving energy, and saying like, It's okay. Go off. I know when you're ready, you will come back. But you have to make this decision. In this moment, I am surrendering. I am staying neutral. And you are going to have to duel this out with yourself, right? And it's because we have the Hangman and the Lover's card here that's clarifying that. And I feel that this is where he's, having to make this choice of either accepting what this relationship is or continue to stay in limbo and let him nurture you. And it's like he's having this hard time of wanting to be in a stalemate position and see. I almost get like this motherly energy coming through, because you can see like she's nurturing him through this enlightenment, right? But in the Lover's card, they are on equal grounds. Okay. And yep, I'll put you down, Susan. Okay. So it's like making this choice of being, on this equal playing field and accepting it for what it is, or being in a stalemate position. And he will eventually choose to lay down these burdens, to lay down these walls, because you have finally taken the lid off of your cup. You have finally said, this is who I am, this is what I will be, and there is nothing in between. This is just who I am, and this is what it's going to be. Listen to me. I am giving you my heart. I am letting you see the truest depths of my emotion, and this is my intuitive nature. This is my spiritual being, and I won't accept less than anything I deserve. Otherwise, I will wait, because I know it'll be worth it. Okay? So, I definitely feel like that's a lot of what's going on, but there's quite a bit here. There's quite a bit. So I do feel that there's a lot of healing that's taking place, and a lot of understanding that, he has to make this choice of kind of how he wants to show up in your life, is really what I'm saying. Okay. Okay. So I hope that helps you, honey. All right. Darcy is next, and then Susan, and then we will wrap it up. So Miss Darcy. All right. Oh, you're fine, honey. It's just my allergies. It's all allergies. When you guys at Disney asked you three about my David, gonna see him tomorrow. Haven't seen him. Want to see him bad. Can't be together. Love him. Want to know if he thinks I'm future. You're welcome, honey. Okay. Oh my gosh, my eyes started like watering out of nowhere. What is going on, Darcy? Like, I feel teary-eyed. Oh. Okay. So, let's see. David. How is David feeling about Darcy and their connection in the future? How is David feeling about Darcy and their connection in the future? Okay. So there's definitely some forgiving and learning that needs to happen with the inner child. Okay. I am a Taurus with a whole lot of fire. Aquarius moon, Leo rising, Aries and Venus. I'm actually a trine Aries, but I can't remember the exact placements. So yeah, I mean, I have Aries in 3 different areas of my chart, and then Leo, Aquarius, Taurus. I'm all over the place. I am an elemental for sure. Ooh. Oh God. All right. So I just gotta tell y'all. Ooh, goodness gracious, Darcy. Okay. So I will say the Ten of Cups did come out. Okay, I'll give you that. The Ten of Cups did come out. But what you have to also understand is both of you, and this is on both of you, okay? Don't make it hard on yourself reaching for the Ten of Cups, okay? Like, I don't know why I just made that difficult for myself. Adriana, yes, you can. There's only 1 spot left, so if you want to get on that, you can. But with the Ten of Cups, you know, like I could have made that way easier on myself, and I didn't. And it was like such a far reach. Like, I don't even know why I didn't just make that easier on myself. So there could be some situations that come up for you, especially with the 4 of Pentacles being on the bottom here. You know, there could be some situations that kind of come up for like where old patterns, old ways of reacting, or even old belief systems about what you felt was happiness for you are starting to change. And it's like going out of your way in order to get that Ten of Cups energy where you have the happy life, the happy home, and all of that, you know. But this could, since we're picking up on his energy, it could be him like going the most difficult way around in order to get to what he feels is happiness. Okay, so let's see how is. First off, let's find, why is this unrequited love here? Okay. What the hell, dude? Okay, so I got cards everywhere. He is so scattered. He is scattered. Okay. So we have the unrequited love. So, you know, it could be one-sided. It could also be like, you know, I feel at some level he does want to offer something, because we do have the Page of Cups here, but with the Hangman being reversed with the 8 of Wands and the World card, it's like I'm like at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words when it comes to how he feels for you. It's almost, because I mean, we even have express your love, and this could be the one. So he's at like this completely conflicted space with you. And that's probably why I felt like I was going to cry. Okay. I feel like he's super scared to open up about the things that he has been enlightened to, and the things that have actually come to a close and things that he refuses to close. Okay. There are still cycles in his life that need to come to a close that he has not closed out yet, whatever that may be. Okay. And that's probably why he can't give all to you yet, especially with the Two of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Like, I mean, he doesn't even know his place. Okay. Um, he's completely at conflict with himself and his demons and his shadow side, and why no matter what he does, he feels disconnected. He feels disconnected for sure. Okay. And I don't necessarily feel like it really has anything to do with you. I feel this is just more of how he's feeling. We have one more in front of you, Adriana. Okay. But I do feel that this is one of those things where he's definitely going through a lot when it comes to learning how to properly express himself to you and how he feels about this situation. And that you are his Ten of Cups, but he's taken the longest fucking route to get there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's with the Eight of Cups being reversed. Like he's not wanting to go anywhere, but he is also coming in with the Knight of Wands, the King of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like this is about him balancing out his energies of the passion he feels for you and the things that he needs to communicate with you. It's like about balancing out that raw drive and then actually being able to hold a conversation with you without just ripping your clothes off type thing. Okay. Also with the Nine of Pentacles, this talks about, the independence. And I mean, he's looking right at you, being independent on your own, tending to your own garden, your own bounty. And it's like bringing this balance, okay, where it's about deciding properly where you're going to put your energy into, right? Like if you're going to give it to the person who is in most need or who better suits your cause. And that's kind of what I'm feeling right now, that he's battling with the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords energy. Okay. So just understand, like, this is about creating balance between you two and creating balance between his energies, especially with the Temperance. But we do have the Four of Wands here with the Ten of Swords, okay? So there are some endings that need to be completed in order for this to come into, that helps it become more stable. But it's very much all over the place right now. Okay. But there's a lot of forgiving and learning that needs to take place. I definitely feel he's feeling strongly about you, but it's like he's making it difficult on himself. Okay. That's honestly what I feel. All right. So I hope that helps you, Darcy. All right. Susan is next. Susan. All right, Cynthia, have a good one. All right. There we go. Twin and I in separation. He lives with his girlfriend. All right. So Susan, let's get some cards. All right. So I will say, just for future reference, I will not spy on anyone. Okay. So when it comes to, like, if they're in a third party situation, I will pull on your energy and their energy. If something does come up about the other partner, then I will say it, but I won't purposely go digging around. I just like to keep privacy. Okay. So let's see how Susan is feeling about her divine masculine at this time. Oh, Susan. Okay, so we got the wedding card. How is Susan feeling about her DM at this time? Whoa. Okay. Okay. So I definitely feel like you're kind of looking at his current relationship as a codependent one. Okay. I definitely see this committed relationship here. And I feel like you're almost scared that it might go to a higher level, like, of commitment, but you're terrified of it because you know what kind of detriment this is going to bring to him, which it's not your responsibility. Okay. He's got to learn the hard way. And I know it's hard if they marry someone else, but, you know, they got to go through it if that's what it takes. But with the release your ex, you know, he could still be holding on to past hurt about his ex. And that's why he's still going through a lot of these codependent behaviors. Okay, it's been almost 3 years since he woke me. 3 hookups, but what's our blocks? Okay. All right. You know, I do see too, I'll just go ahead and say, I mean, you know, I feel like he's still very much like needing to release things about his ex and his past. Okay. And he needs to be more honest about his actual romantic feelings. All right. His name is Jason. All right. So let's do this. Okay. So what are the blocks between Susan and Jason that are keeping them from union? Okay. So now my question, Susan, for you, because, you know, we don't always know what's going on the divine masculine side, but when it comes to, like, your practice, what do you do? Do you meditate? Do you do yoga? Do you eat healthy? Do you practice affirmations? You know, do you pray? Like, yeah, the twin flame journey is no joke. His girlfriend likes girls. I'm not really sure what that has to do with what I just asked. No, what's your practice? You know, like, what what do you do for your ascension, for your awakening, right? Lord. Well, seems like there's quite a bit of work. Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, I mean, I'll just go into it. So first off, we have the razor promotion in reversed. I normally don't read reversals here, but since we're doing blockages, that's what it seems like I'm going to be doing. So, what this tells me is that, you really need to work on raising your vibration when it comes to abundance in general, with the positivity, faith, and optimism. Like, this is telling me, like, there are different aspects of your life, not just your twin flame journey, that you need to realize the abundance and the gratefulness, the blessings that are all around you, and trying to stay in that mindset as much as possible, trying to stay in that 10 of Cups energy so that you can, really get deeper into your practice, right? So you're saying meditation, journal, exercise, grounding, good. Okay, so throw some positive affirmations in there, speak to yourself, do some mirror work. Anytime you catch yourself feeling off, feeling down, that negative self-talk starts coming in, like, anything you can do to raise your vibration and lean more into faith, having a positive expectation, and being optimistic about your future, like, these are all things that are going to help raise your vibration. Now, we also have the moonlighting card. So this could talk about, what are you doing to move into mission? Like, it might be time for you to start thinking about, like, what kind of different avenues do you want to add into your practice that can also help other people along this journey, right? Oh, okay. um, so words of abundance is reversed too, and with cooperation instead of competition. I think one thing you do have to realize, especially about the girlfriend, is, when we're on these twin flame journeys, you pick them too. Like, you not only did he agree, but you agreed too, for this person to come into his life during y'all separation for whatever lesson needs to be learned. We get so mad at karmics and all this kind of stuff, but it's like, we chose them too. There are karmics, there are soulmates. They're just as much as our teachers as they are for them. So I think it's about changing the narrative of this girlfriend in his life, and changing the narrative of, like, she is here to teach all of us about boundaries, about, staying in situations that we know that we do not belong in because our heart belongs somewhere else. Um, it could have to do with those codependent behaviors or whatever the case may be. And, committing to relationships when we might not be ready for them either. Like, all these things can teach us. It's just a matter of the perception, right? So then we also have the abundance mindset. When we are in alignment, we're in a constant state of abundant flow. You also need to be careful of who you're aligning yourself with and who you're sharing about this journey to, because not everyone understands the twin journey. So, if you go talk to your friends who are not on a twin journey, and, they're, because we know how bitter people get, like, it's just one of those things. this journey is about acceptance, surrender, and unconditional love. So, very good. Awesome. So, is there anything that you would like to change up within that mission? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've been doing it since you're 20, then there might be something that you can add into your practice that might be able to take it to a higher level, right? So it's just things like that, that it might be time for a little shift. I feel like what you're doing is obviously a good thing. So, it might just be time to add something new into the practice, right? So then detox your friendships. Again, you might need to clear yourself off more, get more into a practice of, clearing yourself off after a day's work. Who are you talking to and surrounding yourself outside of work, within work, these kind of things. Anything that feels like it's draining your energy, your abundance flow is being affected by the people you're surrounding yourself with. So make sure that you're in alignment with healthier minded people. And then with windfall of abundance, once you work through these things, because again, it's free will, these are things you both need to work on because you're twins. If you need to work on it, he needs to work on it. That's just how it is. So understand that free will is there, but these are things that they're definitely bringing to your attention. And once you do, then you're going to see this huge influx of abundance coming in. Okay. So, what reminders would Jason like to give Susan? Yeah. The moment you think you've surrendered, surrender more. Okay. I'm just saying. So he wants you to keep an open mind. I feel that this is definitely towards the girlfriend, okay, and realizing lessons that are there, okay. He definitely knows that you were a soulmate of some kind, okay? And he wants you to know that he's aware of this. He's working on his codependency issues, okay? She is helping him through this. And also helping him to understand his issues and beliefs around love. Okay. Well, and I mean, if you have few friends, I mean, like, I mean, I know you're being kind of short, so it's hard for me to read the energy, but it's like, if you have few friends, but you can't, like, I don't know what your relationship is with those people, you might need to find some new people. Find people who inspire you, that make you feel good, that you actually like talking to, you know what I'm saying? It's it's not just about financial. It's about abundance. It's about being in so much love and compassion and happiness and joy and excitement for life. Like, these are things like there's much more to happiness and freedom than just financial stability. And I feel that friends are definitely more about quality than quantity. But if you can't count on the people that you surround yourself with, then you might want to find some new friends. I don't know. I'm just reading the cards as they're being pulled. So I hope those messages help, but those are definitely things that I see that need to be worked on. And You know, if you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that will be what you experience. Okay? So I really hope those messages help you. And if you would like a more in-depth reading, then you can always get in touch with me for that too, okay? So, all right, Adriana, what you got for me, girl? Hey, girl, hey. Can you ever really turn your mind off, though? Like, even during meditation, it's like giving your mind a job. It's taking your mind off of your thoughts and putting them somewhere else. I'm doing girl. I'm doing good. What's your question, honey? Libra Chris. All right. So let's see. All right. So how is Chris feeling about Adriana? I hear you. I think we all go through that. All right. So we have children reversed, engagement, chemistry. Okay. Yeah, I figured that. Okay. So what I am seeing is there seems to be a severe imbalance with his childhood. Okay. Or there could be children involved. But I definitely feel like there could be some fear of commitment due to his childhood. Okay. Um, you're so welcome, Susan. Glad you enjoyed it. Um, so, I definitely feel that he has like he feels this very strong chemistry with you, and it's not that he hasn't thought about taking your relationship to the next level. I Do you know if his parents are divorced? I almost feel like he witnessed a lot of struggle between his parents growing up. Yeah. And so it's kind of given him this fear, like even if they're not, there was like a lot of struggle growing up between them. So I kind of feel that he went through this, like, it's almost like a phobia. Like he doesn't want to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So even though he feels this very strong chemistry between you, and he likes to be, I don't even know if you notice, but it's like these moments where he likes to lean in, right? Like I almost get like either like looking over your shoulder, kind of just leaning in, or like he has this pull towards you, okay? And one of the reason why he's not letting go when it comes to his fear of commitment is because he's trying to have as much control over this as possible. Because if he feels that if he loses control, then he's done for. You know what I'm saying? He's fucked and he knows it. And he's trying to like hold on to any bit of control he has left is really what I'm feeling. Okay. So let's see. Why is this children card reversed? Yeah, the 10 of Wands. So, you know, he's been carrying this weight for a long, long time. Yeah, and that's exactly what he thinks. You know, there's a lot of people that really think of love as like a battlefield, that it's like a fairy tale. It doesn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people that try to manipulate and control in order to feel like they have an ounce of control over what happens or their emotions or what they let in due to fear of rejection or abandonment and all these things. And it's really like really fucking him up. Okay. He has nightmares about this shit. He has a lot of demons when it comes to this inner child work that needs to be done. Yeah. You see that? Okay. Just as you said, I feel like I have it in the palm of my hands without fear getting in the way. Okay. This is what you got to remember. That chemistry is there. Okay. And you know, he's losing sleep. He's having night terrors over this stuff, and he's fucking tired. He's tired. He's worn out. And you know, Three of Swords, like he needs to start the healing process because it's really holding him back from making any real commitment to anybody, even himself. All right, so how is he feeling? Yeah. We have the Six of Wands. So, you know, I mean, overall, he feels very successful with you because, like, look, you know, he feels okay. Once he addresses this stuff, right? Here you are. He's coming through battle. He's already won. He's done the hard shit, okay? And here you are greeting him saying, job well done, hun. Like, I got you. I've been waiting on you. And he's putting this laurel wreath around you, which he already has his. So it's like this momentary success, this moment where you're recognizing each other and y'all are seen as equals, okay? So yeah, especially with the Six of Cups and the Lovers, this is a deep, deep soulmate connection. I feel like you both feel like you have spent past lives together, like you recognize each other, okay? He definitely likes the way that you carry yourself and that your independence and your nurturing energy, like when you put your mind and heart into something, like you put in a lot of effort, and that's why he's even considering like taking this to the next level, but he's terrified at the same time, because he knows that, like, if he were to give this a chance, then it would more than likely be successful, because you are a good woman, and he can see that. And the chemistry you have between each other is just amazing, but he's still trying to have control over the situation. But, and that's the thing too. We have to be able to let our masculine have a role. Just because we can do it on our own doesn't mean that, we have to do it on our own, right? Like, they have to have their role too. Charlie, stop it. All right. So what is going on in his headspace about this connection? So we have the Page of Wands. So I feel like he's kind of feeling a little disappointed right now. We have 2 pages coming out, so there could be quite a bit of conversating or messages that need to come through. With the Page of Wands, he just looks tired. He looks tired. I feel like you're trying to be as patient as possible with him, but he's really struggling, okay? He's really struggling with his truth. And, I feel like he's trying to think of a way to bring this new start about. Because what happens is he has to quit listening so much to his overactive ego and his conscience that is keeping him from feeling in control. Okay, hi Shar. And it's like just being so in the moment and trusting in spirit and being in that phase of transition. You're already on your next step, but it's dropping those things that make you feel stable, leaving your earthly belongings, your karmic baggage, all these things behind, just so you can stop and smell the sweet nectar of life, right? Like, these are the things, and this is why he's feeling so conflicted, because a part of him just wants to jump. I'm sorry, Shar. I'm not taking any more readings tonight. Maybe another time. I'm trying not to. It takes a lot of energy, and I just got over this too, guys. Like, I try to help as many people as possible, but a lot of people have been reaching out for free readings, which everything that I pretty much put out is free. I do not get paid to do the weekly videos that I do for everyone. And so, like, I might eventually get to the point where I will do readings on Facebook for reviews and stuff. But when I'm doing my live mini readings, I'm not gonna, it's not fair to everyone else who's paying. So, but yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and these are just the mini reads. Imagine what you'd get in a full-blown reading. But I do feel, and sorry I went off course there with you, which I don't even know what happened to the other card. Done disappeared somewhere. But we had the Fool card, and it's like, it gets to that point where it's just like being completely in that moment and starting the new chapter. So what's going on in his heart space? I don't know where that card went. All right. So we have the King of Swords and the Eight of Swords reversed. So, it could be like his heart really does want to have open and honest communication. It's not going to be very heartfelt, but it could be very straight to the point, okay? Especially with the Eight of Swords, it's about realizing these things that are holding him back, which could very well possibly be this. How would he like to move forward with her? The Three of Wands. So, it's like waiting for the right opportunity. The Emperor and the Knight of Cups. So he's just waiting for him to be in that place of leadership and authority and like equal grounding, in order to offer you that full cup. Okay. But first he has to nourish himself. And I feel like once he gets to this point of being able to commit to himself and, being patient with the process and be honest with how he's truly, going through this process of releasing this pain from his past is going to help him realize the connection that he has with you. And it's really what I'm seeing. So I hope that helps, girl. Yeah, that's a lot of deep shit, though. So, all right, guys. Well, that is 3 hours for me. So I am out of here. I am going to close the circle. For anyone who has joined in on these readings, I thank you so much for being here and being of support to my channel. Thank you for trusting me with these messages. I now close the gate from the spirit realm to the earthly realm. And I thank you so much for all of my spirit guides, my love team, all my angels, my archangels, and my higher selves and my spirit guides that assisted me with these messages today. Thank you for bringing new tribe members into this space and allowing us to connect to each other on a deep level and understanding that we are all in the same boat trying to make the best out of a tough situation in order to learn more about ourselves. We love you so much and thank you for all the love and the wisdom that you have shared with us tonight. I clear these decks of any energy that they have picked up. I release any energy that does not belong to me or does not serve my highest good. And I send back the energy that I picked up from my viewers and the people that I have read for. And as we separate our energies and attract back what is rightfully ours and separate ourselves from each other energetically, we will leave with a peaceful mind, a full heart, and feeling completely connected with the divine. In your name, amen. So, all right, guys. With that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here with me tonight, and I wish you all the very best of luck. If anyone needs to get in touch with me, you can always reach me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. Everything is down below in the description box if you need a private reading to get more in depth in your personal situation. I love you guys, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful night. All right, bye.